My name is Nikki. I'm an English makeup artist and I live with Carlo and our daughter Sky in Positano, Italy. Our house is far from the road but surrounded by fruit trees and olive groves, and we grow our own food. We'll show you what it's really like to live on the Amalfi Coast. Subscribe and welcome to the Positano Diaries. Ascension Day is generally observed on the 40th day after Easter and is marked around the world by various traditions. There is a lovely local tradition here, which possibly originates from the Scafati area, a town to the east of Naples, right next to Pompeii. On the evening before the Ascension, a bowl of water is filled with rose petals, perfumed mint leaves, thyme and rosemary. It is left outside or on a windowsill overnight. The flowers are blessed by Jesus Christ on his way up to heaven. The next morning, everyone in the family washes their face with the perfumed rose water as a sign of purification. We are back in Positano and we thought we would take you down for a walk on the beach.
Andiamo a vedere com'è la spiaggia adesso, se c'è più gente. Io vedo più gente in giro.
Yeah, I think everything's open by now. Most things are open anyway, and there's a few people around, so let's go have a look.
Non si è affidata.
La mia moglie si fida, si gioca con te.
Molto importante, capito?
Sì, diciamo. Nel senso che a me non mi riflette niente il lavoro se c'è gente a mangiare.
Welcome back!
Ah, thank you.
Quite a lot of reparation work to be done on the jetty, so there's not going to be any ferries until that's sorted out. So for now it's very quiet down there. Well, Fornillo is starting to come to life. And I have heard that Da Ferdinando is now open, so we're going to go and have a quick lunch there.
Stanno gli stabilimenti in costruzione, ogni anno vengono montati e poi smontati.
The reason that they get dismantled and rebuilt every year is because in the winter the rough sea can easily get all the way up to the beach and it would sweep them away if they left them here throughout the winter. So every year they have to rebuild them all over again from scratch. And they all get a fresh coat of paint. This is a standard blue, they all have to be this colour, apparently it's the law. It's a weird month of May. It's one of the coldest months of May that we've had in a long time. As you can see, I'm wearing a huge woolly cardigan and I've needed it. I was hot while I was walking here And as soon as we got in the shade, there's quite a breeze, and it's a cool breeze, so I had to put this back on again, and I'm glad I've got it with me. But yeah, it's much cooler than it normally is for this time of year.
In questi giorni Tommaso ci ha chiesto di andare a un concessionario per cercare un'auto per lui. Dobbiamo trovare una macchina per Tommaso.
Sì.
Sì. Ma anche noi stavamo per cambiare auto 2 anni fa, magari chissà che cosa succede. Magari andiamo a prendere un'auto per Tommaso, compriamo un'auto anche noi.
We were going to buy a new car not far before COVID hit, and then there was no point buying a new car because we weren't allowed to go out anywhere. Now that the restrictions have all been lifted, and we don't know whether it's going to stay this way or not, we would like to buy a new car, because when we went to Umbria, one thing that I didn't show was that we had some big problems with the engine, and it was rattling along the motorway, and it was possibly, what was it, trasmissione?
Sì,
Transmission problem, the gearbox, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gearbox. So we're gonna have a look around and see what we can find, but the goal is to get Tommaso a new car. The only problem is we've been looking at cars and we found quite a few that we like, but it means that I'm going to have to use the money that I put aside to renovate the kitchen to buy a new car. So
sì, probabilmente faremo a cambio. Anziché comprare una nuova cucina, compreremo una nuova macchina. Non lo so, non lo sappiamo. Intanto andiamo a vedere per trovare un'auto per Tommaso.
yeah.
O magari gli diamo la nostra macchina, noi prendiamo una nuova. Non lo so, andiamo a vedere e poi lo scopriremo.
We'll see.
Andiamo a vedere se c'è Domenico.
Andiamo.
Vedo l'ombrellino là, mi sa che ci sta.
Ecco là, lo vedo.
Ah, eccolo. Ehi Domenico. Ma vedi tu, poi puoi dire quello che vuoi, come un 5 minuti. Guarda qua, work in progress. Si lavora. Stai scherzando, Carlo?
Guarda che non c'è sta allora. Oh, manco. Vabbè, allora che dici?
Ma che so, gnanne c'è cagnato, no?
I bulloni. La maggior parte. Solo cette acciaio.
Ma che sono ghiacciati?
No,
Ma
questo è
quella
scavo. Questo è scavo su acciaio.
Ci metti acciaio
Still closed here. Don't know when they're going to open. It is nice that the first thing that they have got ready is the cash desk and the till.
È vero. Sono pronti per fare i conti, anche se non c'è nessuno. Si inizia a vedere un po' di gente, quindi si vede una certa differenza tra 20 giorni fa e adesso.
Have you ever been inside Music on the Rocks? This is our nightclub in Positano, and it is built inside a big natural cave down at the end of the beach. I'm just going to have a quick creep inside. And back up again.
Sembra un gigante.
See, you're standing on a slope. We're going to head back up because we need to pick some elderflower blossoms and start making cordial like I did last year. And I looked it up and it was a year ago yesterday that we picked them. So we're going to go do that now.
Stanno arrivando i nostri amici. Dobbiamo salutare. Metto la mascherina. Ciao mamma. Ah, che bello.
Non sto salendo, ma
Non ti preoccupare.
c'hai i fiori con...
Sì, è vero.
Found.
Prego. Andate?
Oh, lì!
Seen the corner for a long time.
Bye. See you.
Ta-ta!
Ciao.
This is where the elderflowers grow. Go a little bit further down into the valley. So of course now I have to make elderflower cordial. I'm really tired and I just want to sit and read a book for half an hour. But this has got to be done now because the flowers have been picked. So I'm going to do it a different way from last year. I've just looked up a recipe on the internet. Last year I made a syrup with water and sugar and boiled that, and then I put the elderflower and lemons in the syrup and left it. I'm going to do it the opposite way around. I'm going to put the elderflowers and the lemons in water and leave it overnight, and then do the syrupy part tomorrow. It's just a different recipe I found, which I will leave below for you. I now have to clean all the flowers and make sure there's no little animals living on them because I don't want to drink the animals. Also, with the elderflowers, you have to use as little of the stalks as possible because the stalks can be a bit toxic apparently, so it's best to try and get as much of the flowers off without getting the stalks in. I will also link somewhere up here the video from last year where we made it. And if you're wondering why Carlo is not here helping me, he has gone with Tommaso to look for cars. Okay, I have done that. Those are all the petals, and now I'm going to slice 2 lemons and citric acid, which here you can buy in the pharmacy. The citric acid helps to preserve the elderflower cordial. Give it a stir. And now I just heat that up to boiling point, and then I can just leave that overnight. I'll cover it and it can infuse overnight, and then tomorrow morning we will strain it and do the rest. Okay, next morning I have left this to infuse all night long, and now I sort of need another person to help me with this, but Carlo has now gone to visit his mum. So I'm here alone again, and I need to get that in. How on earth am I going to do this? Strain all of this. There are various recipes and each recipe has different amounts of sugar. The recipe I'm following says that for the amount I'm doing I should add 1.5 kilos of sugar. I'm going to try and add less and see how it is, because I can always add a bit more if it's not good enough. So unfortunately I've only got white sugar at the moment, so that's going to have to do. And then it needs to be brought to the boil. Spoon. Where is my wooden spoon? Let that simmer for 5 minutes. And here we go. I've got nearly 4 litres of elderflower cordial. Perfect.
Capire che cosa vuole fare, o forse lui può lavorare con i vasi bianchi qua, qua, sì. Dopo in mezzo.
Ma questo è nuovo. Sì, è un po' grande però.
Va bene.
Deve abituarmi.
Sì, ma è...
Infatti, domani andiamo a prenderlo.
Wow, che buono.
Sto facendo... Che fatto?
C'ha un po' di pasta bianca.
Dammela.
Tutto bene. Una cosa è sicura, non sono stato 10 minuti senza fare...
Hai capito o no? Che 2 uomini avevano la stessa...
Was ist das, Rosi? Zeig. Mama, holst du mir ein bisschen Heu? So, ja, frisst das Heu.
No! Ma l'ho preso per te! No!
È bella? La vuoi tu? E prendila. Prendila. Non la fare cadere.
Ecco, prendi bene.
Prendi bene. Non l'hai presa
Cosa
bene.
devi prendere così?
Hai visto? Dammi l'uovo. Poi, grande! Aspetta, ti do.
È dolce.
Facciamo come questi in Australia. Andiamo subito. Mangiare tutto il giorno. Aspetta, lo giro. Aspetta, Rosy. Così, giri, non fa niente.
Oh!
Ehi, Ercolina!
We've driven over to Caserta Vecchia, which is a medieval town high above Caserta, north of Naples. We came here once before and it was winter and it was very, very cold and all very, very closed and shut up. So hopefully it's going to be more open, but isn't it beautiful up here? Seems to be absolutely deserted, just like last time we came. I think this is more affect COVID than midwinter though. Was that it? Carlo had a shuffle of the garden furniture, and it's amazing what a couple of cushions and a couple of old sarongs can do to make a difference. He's also put the hammock back up here, which has always been here, except the last couple of years. We obviously took it down when we redid the paving on the floor here and forgot to put it back again last year, so that's back. He's put the old garden sofa under the lemon tree, and he's made a table out of some stuff that he had in the basement. This brown stuff on the floor is what you put down to stop weeds growing, and he is going to put some fake grass down. I think we only had a tiny bit left, but this is our new little sitting area under the lemon tree, so it's nice and shady. And for me, one of the best things about this area is that the Wi-Fi reaches here, so I can sit here and work if I want, which is going to be amazing because it means I've got somewhere outside that I can sit that's not too hot, because it's always quite cool under here. So I'm really pleased with that. Now I need to say thank you to two people who sent me some things. Now I don't give out my address here because I don't encourage people to send me gifts. I don't think it's necessary, and I'd much prefer that you donate to charity. But in the last couple of weeks I've had a couple of things sent to me. Luan has sent me over a year's supply of the deodorant that I use that I can now get in Europe, but I know it's much cheaper in the States. But she sent me a box full, and I'm so grateful, and there's absolutely no way I can contact her to say thank you, which is such a shame because I'd love to be able to reach out, and I've tried on Instagram and I didn't get a message back, so I don't think she saw that. So I'm just going to say thank you, Luan, very much. And also a big thank you to Kathy Crane, who has sent me something. Anyhow, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit bitty, there's lots of different things happened this week, and for some reason I filmed a lot and I didn't speak much. I think I just wasn't in a very chatty frame of mind. I think we all go through different mood swings, and sometimes I feel like filming more without talking, sometimes I feel like sitting down and having a chat. Everybody, and especially people who are doing something online like YouTubing, will have doubts at some point and not be sure of what they're doing, whether they're doing it right, whether everybody's laughing about them behind their backs. I think sometimes it's quite normal to feel insecure about what you're doing and have a moment of quietness, and I think that's what I've been going through in the last week. I think that's completely normal because there's quite an audience watching and people can be quite critical as well, and it's just something that goes up and down in waves. it just depends, and this week I obviously didn't feel like talking much. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I can see from my analytics that only 48% of people that are watching are subscribed to my videos. That leaves a whopping 52% of you that aren't subscribed, so I'd be really grateful if you could press the subscribe button. It doesn't change anything for you, doesn't cost anything, but it helps me out a lot. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Yoo-hoo! Ah, it's cold! Idiot!
What is happening here?
Il primo bagno dell'estate! It's cold! 19 gradi!
Wow!
Bye bye!